Okay, so let's look at example 2 here at the bottom of your papers. Because functions are special, just like you, they have associated with them a special type of notation called function notation. Okay? Notation in math just means like a way of writing something. Okay? It could sometimes introduce new symbols or different ways to represent something. In this case, it's kind of a different symbolic representation for our function. But the whole idea behind function notation is to not only tell you that you're dealing with a function, but to communicate to you some important information about that function. Okay, and it's called function notation. I'm going to show you how it works here. Okay, let's consider a function called, right now I'll just call it f for Fahrenheit equals 1.8 C for Celsius plus 3.2. So this equation right here, this is just so far written the same way any other relation equation would be written. Okay, because we know it's a function, well, I guess I'm telling you that it's a function, but because it is a function, we can rewrite it using some special function notation. And the idea behind it is this. Think of this big F as being the name of this function. Okay. Again, this is a relationship to show you how to convert a degree in Celsius, a temperature in Celsius, to Fahrenheit degrees. Okay, so Fahrenheit degrees is equal to 1.8 times the temperature in Celsius plus 3.2. It's like a conversion equation. Does that make sense? Okay. Because it's a function, mathematicians usually take this dependent variable and they give it some extra detail. Okay. What they do is they put in brackets the variable that function is dependent upon. Okay? So if I were to calculate values for f, the variable that I would be inputting would be C, Celsius. Like if I wanted to convert 35 degrees Celsius into Fahrenheit, I would put in 35 here for C, and then out pops f. Okay, so this notation right here, f bracket c bracket, this is called function notation. Okay, the way we say it is we say f of c. Really what it means is the function whose name is f as it depends on c, or as it relates to c. Okay, so this first letter tells you the name of the function. That inner letter tells you the independent variable, the thing that the function depends on for its value. Does that make sense? Okay, so it's very similar to what you did before. All this is doing is, first of all, it's telling you it's a function, because usually functions are written in function notation, okay, versus other relations. But also it's telling you what variable that function is relying on or dependent upon. Does that make sense? Silence. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So this, how would you read this again? How would you say it?
F of C.
F of C. Okay. Usually with functions, the standard way of writing function notation is with this. F of x equals something. Okay, some kind of other relationship that's dependent upon x. Usually a little f is used in and an x, but I'll show you more about that later. All right, so in A, in this example, if I asked you to find out f of 25, if I asked you to find f of 25, what I'm asking you is I'm asking you to tell me the value of f when c, which used to be inside those brackets, is 25. Okay, so to calculate that, all we would have to do is put in 25 in place for wherever we see the letter C. In this case, we put it right here, because that's where it was before. Okay, so we put in 25 for C, and now we can calculate f of 25, or the temperature in Fahrenheit, when the degrees and when the temperature in Celsius is 25. Okay, so calculating that out, what does that work out to be?
48.2.
48.2 degrees Fahrenheit. So in this case, we say F of 25 is equal to 48.2, or the degree in Fahrenheit when the temperature is in Celsius at 25 degrees is 48.2. Does that make sense? Okay. Turn the page. Okay. For B, if I asked you to find F of 30, what am I asking you to do?
Put 30 for Celsius.
Yeah, put 30 in for C and calculate. Okay? So we would put in 1.8 times 30 plus 3.2. What does that work out as?
57.2.
57.2 degrees Fahrenheit. Making sense so far?